Hey guys, welcome back to Varidhi's Tellshow. Well, I'm back with another video, and today's topic is the story of Sleepinderella. Now, I'm sure you probably haven't heard of this story before, and it's new. Yeah, so before we start with this new story, you have to do 3 tasks. First task is to like this video. The second task is to share this video with your friends and family. Last but not the least is to subscribe to my channel. Done? Awesome. Now, let's get started with the video. Sleepinderella. In a faraway town, there was a tiny hut, and in that tiny hut lived an old poor man with his only beautiful gem, his daughter. His daughter had the most softest of the skin and the most cherry of the lips. So she was so popular around the town because of her beauty that even the princess knew her. The princess tried to become like that maiden every day, but failed every single time. And that's not all. A handsome prince fell in love with her, who was supposed to marry the princess of the town. And after hopelessly falling in love with her, he got married to her, and they lived happily ever after with the most magical animals and birds. Now, let's get on to the real story. Well, in a not so far away town lived a not so poor man. He had a daughter, and yes, she was very beautiful. I mean, she would be, but for that she would need to wake up, shouted her father. Huh? What's happened? As soon as she spotted her father, she asked, why do I always have to wake up in the middle of my dreams? Well, you have no right to say that since you sleep all day. Now go and take a bath, said his father, and left. This maiden right over here was Mia, and our one and only Sleepinderella. She went to take a bath, did her morning routine, and went back to sleep. Now let me tell you one thing about her which you better know. You will figure out it by watching this video completely, but let me just tell you. She had only 2 passions in life. 1, sleeping. Second, dreaming, which you probably guessed by now. So yeah, let's get on. As she slept again after doing a morning routine, her mother scolded her like every mother does. Wake up! You just took a bath. How can you sleep? And Sleepinderella had no choice but to wake up. She did her morning chores. She also had a few friends. Do not worry about that. But her friends always called her Sleepinderella. Well, do you know why she was always sleeping? Because she wanted to meet the Prince Charming and the happy ending she deserved in her life. But she was so in love with the Prince Charming in a dream that she always wanted to see him in the dreams and not in the real world. So she would usually find herself sleeping at picnics, outings, and even, funerals. Mia, wake up! What is wrong with you? Her parents were very concerned about her sleeping issues, so they called many doctors from around the world. But they all had only one answer. She's just lazy. One day, as Sleepinderella was doing her morning chores while half awake, her friends came to her saying, hey Sleepinderella, we've got some news for you. The prince of this kingdom is holding a ball to find the girl he wants to marry. Maybe you can find your Prince Charming there, said one of her friends. And only if you stay awake for a few hours, maybe you'll actually get to meet him, like in the real world, 100% present, said her other friend. A ball! I would love to attend that. Then she went to the most expensive shop in the town and I don't know the name. And then she got the most beautiful gown at the place. And she told her father about the ball, and her cart was made by the night of the ball. It was shaped like a pumpkin. So the driver, Mr. Potter, Mr. Potter, why is the carriage shaped like a pumpkin? Is it made out of a pumpkin? She said jokingly. Oh, you and your fairy tales. Well, no, but the craftsman had designed it to be like that so that it can be soundproof, so that you can have enough sleep and by the time you reach the ball, you'll be 100% active. Then she asked another question. Wait, by what time do you have to be back? Oh, well, by midnight. Why will the carrot turn into a pumpkin if you come after midnight? She again said jokingly. Oh, well, now so that you don't fall asleep again in the middle of the ball. Sleepinderella didn't know, laughed, and then she waved bye to her parents and went to the ball. As soon as they reached there, Mr. Potter told her, well, I'm going to tell you a few things about this palace and the prince. Well, they said the prince is the most kind and charming prince, and also the castle is really grand, as I've heard. It has chandeliers and the ball is beautiful. Well, Sleepinderella was so amazed by hearing this that she wanted to catch it in her dreams instantly. She just wanted to sleep for 5 minutes. Well, 5 minutes won't hurt anyone, and she went to sleep on the comfy cushioning of her cot. But, as she hoped, she couldn't wake up within 5 minutes. The prince and Sleepinderella's friend had a lot of fun while she was imagining that in her dream world. When her friends came back and saw her sleeping, they said, Sleepinderella, finally, wake up now. It's time for us to go. Huh? What's happened? Wait, did I miss the ball? And her friends were like, yes, you did. Now it's time for us to go home. It's almost midnight. She had just started to realize that living in the real world is more important than living in the dream world. While she was deep in thought, Mr. Potter heard, and all the other girls in the cart heard some music. Huh? What's that music? Oh God, I'm already feeling so dizzy. Slowly and steadily, Mr. Potter and all the other girls in the cart were falling asleep. Sleepinderella was the only one who couldn't hear the music. Then she suddenly opened the door. When she opened the door a little bit because she felt the cart stopping, as the horses had also slept. And then she heard somebody whispering, hey, everybody sleep. Let's go and rob their cars quickly and run away like we usually do. And she heard them. She knew that she couldn't just stand there, but she also needed to count how many thieves were there. As she looked out a little bit, she saw that there were only 2 thieves. But she couldn't outpower them because there were 2 and she was 1, and they probably had some tools. That's when she acted smart. She took the curtains from the cart or put it over herself. Ooh, she started making some ghost sounds. The thieves were now a little scared since it was night time. The wind was blowing. They turned around to see a hooded figure on top of a cart. I am the spirit of this forest. How dare you try to steal in my house? She said in a ghostly voice again. The thieves were so scared that they were shivering for a second and they realized they had to run. They were running while screaming. All the girls and the driver and the horses suddenly woke up with a jolt after hearing the thieves screaming. They all approached Sleepinderella as she explained what had happened. Mr. Potter had caught the thieves. So you deserve an award, my child, said Mr. Potter. Well, we all fell asleep because we were able to hear the music and we were awake, but actually, well, Sleepinderella probably didn't hear the music because she was sleeping. Wow, Sleepinderella. And also you had the courage to do this. Wow. You must be given an award. She wanted to say something, but nobody lets her speak by praising her. By the next morning, the story had spread all around the town. The king himself called Sleepinderella at the castle and praised her himself. Oh, wow, Mia, you have done an exceptional job and made me proud by showing how brave the women of my kingdom are. Well, with bravery, even intelligence should be awarded, right? The real reason was I couldn't hear it because all the other carts were open, but this craftsman had made my cart soundproof, so I couldn't hear the music. So intelligence should also be praised and awarded. The craftsman was called to the kingdom. Even though Mia had only seen her right now, she was already in love with his intelligence. Well, even the craftsman wanted to meet the brave woman who had done this. After a while, the both were awarded with a tons of money, and they were also very happy to be each other because bravery and intelligence is a really good combination. Make yourself like that. Yes. And then after a few days they got married in the castle as the king had ordered, because he thought that so much of money still wasn't enough to award them, because they had finally because those thieves who were about to rob them were actually robbing them from even before Sleepinderella was born. Well, not actually, their ancestors and all. So they had been robbing this kingdom for a really long time. The end. The moral of the story is that you should always stay present in the real world rather than in the dream world. And also you should also be attentive to your surroundings. And you should also be very brave. That makes a total of 3 morals from the story. Now, if you'd like me to improve anything over here and you want me to add something or want me to improve, please tell me that in the comment box below. I would really appreciate that. And second thing is that the 3 tasks which I told you in the starting of the video, if you haven't done that, then please do them right now. Okay, great. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!